Hello and welcome everyone. So I'm going to do a brief video here on fasting, but this is not the type of fasting that people are used to. This is intermittent fasting. And let me explain the difference before I get into some more information in this video. Intermittent fasting is basically where you stop eating at a certain time and then you regain eating the next day around that particular time. Or close to it. So for example, if you stop eating at 7 p.m. The night before, then you start eating at 7 a.m. the next day, that is a window of intermittent fasting. And you could do it for 12 hours, 16 hours, you could do it. Of course, 8 hours is the normal for most people when you're going to sleep and then you're waking up, but you typically want to try to stay around a 12-hour window at least. That's been my experience. So this is basically you're not eating any food from the time you take your last bite from your previous meal up until the next time you start eating solid food. And this is going to help rev up your body and will help promote healing as well. And it can help with the process for most people to speed it up a little bit. So we all know that in all of my detox process videos, labeled detox and then has the word process, I talk about things that can slow down the process and things that you definitely want to avoid. Number one is cook food. I know a lot of people are doing that with intermittent fasting. That's not what this is about. If you want to detoxify the body and let the body have its own natural healing mechanisms, you want to use definitely raw living foods, fresh foods, not frozen. If you are using freeze-dried powders, that is second best behind fresh fruit. Some of those you can't get in fresh fruit, such as goji berries, but of course living foods are going to be the most ideal. When you get into regular fasting, and you're doing this for days at a time, to me and my experience, that unless your body is really something that is what's called strong constitution, you really shouldn't be fasting. People that are ill that are fasting for long periods of time aren't going to help heal the body. It's just much better to do intermittent, where you're doing a short window per day and you're still eating every day. That has been my overall experience, as well as many others. So keep that in mind. So now that you know the difference, let's go into what I would do during a fast. Water such as flow water or anything that is naturally alkaline or alkalizing is going to help, not alkalizing water that is made by man. I stressed this for a number of years. Please understand the difference. If it comes from nature, spring water that really doesn't come in a plastic bottle, such as flow water, I've done video on that, that's something that's going to help. Coconut water right here is going to be the biggest gains you're going to get, because when you bust open the fresh coconut, you put the straw in it, you're getting that living water. You don't want to have the coconut water from a bottle. It has to be from a living coconut. Usually shouldn't be more than 2 or 3 days old for the most benefits. When you want to break your fast, you want to go with berries. Pomegranate seeds are great too. Talked about this briefly in other videos, but you definitely want to stick with the berries. These are the 4 that you want: blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Berries have all the amino acids, have everything any human can ever need. They are the essential perfect food. However, they also are very expensive. But you don't need a lot of them, but you should incorporate berries daily. This will help you break your fast, and this is what I suggest. Any questions, go ahead and let me know. At the end of the intermittent fasting, as soon as you take that bite of fruit, the fasting will stop, but you can always regain it again every day. And this is something that you can experiment with and try it. Start slow and work your way up with the intermittent fasting timeframes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.